Can somebody say he's in a wrong marriage after several years of marriage? What's your own opinion about that, sir?
What I always believe is this: people think marriage belongs to them. Marriage does not belong to them. That's what they should realize. Marriage that God started in Genesis chapter 2 was neither Adam or Eve owns that marriage. It was God's idea. Wow. He started it. So no one owns marriage. So when you are properly married, you see, if you are married, that's an issue. If you are truly married, then that marriage doesn't belong to you. Can you wrongly be admitted to a school? Of course, what you need, if you have a right qualification, not wrongly admitted. Now, in terms of, I think I've been wrongly, my marriage is wrong. What's the meaning of wrong? Wrong means, is it the person that is wrong? Or is you that is wrong? Are you saying the marriage is wrong? Marriage is not wrong, but you can be wrong. Or your spouse can be wrong. Or you can set out on the wrong footnote. So, which means you've not really entered marriage. That's what we are saying.
Okay, like the case of a wife that discovered that she was deceived into a marriage. Are we not going to say that that's the wrong marriage? Like a case that the lady was deceived by the husband, that he is a, and after when they have their first child, they discover the man was not even he was a, so they have an SS child. So are you not what do we say to that scenario, sir? Because the lady now discovered that the man he got married to has deceived her, and they are now battling with a child, and the man has even traveled, left her to handle the sick child. So what do you say to that kind of situation, sir?
In the first thing, that is wicked. But the important thing is this: deception in marriage is a big thing. If you deceive your spouse to marry, that is not marriage. For example, if you claim you have A stars and Cambridge give you an admission, and you get there, when they check your document, they know you are not qualified for that school. So you are not really admitted. So don't say, what should I do now? Now that I'm already there. You are not there. Wow. You are not qualified. So if marriage is entered by deception, that's not right. That's no marriage.
So we are saying that if you discover that you have been married under deception, that marriage is null and void.
That's no marriage.
There's no marriage. So we can't say that one is a wrong marriage, because we see a lot of deception. At the end of the day, the husband or wife is trapped in that marriage, saying it's in a wrong marriage.
There was no marriage in the first instance. You see, if they find themselves in that situation and you now know the truth, and you now decide that you want to enter into marriage, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. You cannot say, I want to marry this man.
Yes.
Or I want to marry this woman. But if you think you're marrying a man and it's not a man and it's somebody else, then that's not a marriage. Because you have not married what you think you are getting married to, or whom you think you are getting married to.
So in such situations, sir, do you advise such woman or man to leave the marriage? Because, most of these things that we preach, we advocate, keeping your marriage, because God hates divorce, which is one of the things we preach in this ministry. But like situations like that, what do you counsel? What do you tell such people that were married based on deception?
If it's proven by the ministers or people who are supporting them, then it will be left to her to decide whether she wants to stay in that marriage. If she says, I don't want to stay in that marriage, then that is no marriage. Then it's go to court and annul it. The court will not agree or annulment, but that's divorce.
That's right.
I think that's, for me, I count that, or we believe that is deception. You see, there are many other forms of deception in marriage. There are many. But we say that is not marriage in the first instance. That is not marriage. However, I know, for example, if you have a child or two, and you think this is who you are married to and it's not, they say, oh my God, it's divorce. Oh my God, it's divorce. But that is what we think.
Now, okay, sir, there's a question on the chat now. What about the case of the sister who discovered her husband does not have manhood on the night of their wedding? Is that a wrong marriage? What is your advice on this issue?
I don't think we need to talk much about that because
exactly.
That is no marriage.
That's right.
It's deception. So there are so many deception. There was a case of somebody who got married and the man refused to touch her. The man refused to touch her for whatever reason. Anytime in the evening, he always lock the door or always have reasons to keep the door closed against his wife. Of course, that answer is very straightforward. There was no marriage. So it was annulled.
That's right.
So whenever there is deception, we believe deception is not good.
That's right.
It's not a basis for marriage.
That's right.
We cannot found our home on deception.
No. That's right. So that means any marriage conducted on deception whatsoever is null and void. There is no point.
It is null and void, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Please let us know where you are connecting us from. Let's have your questions in the chat. This is a live program. Thank you for connecting us. Let's know where you are connecting us from. We have Dr. and Mrs. Olawale in the house. They've been married for 35 years. They are parents, they are grandparents, they are experienced. They have ministry in family and marriage. And they've published 5 books. You will see the link. We'll still reshare the links of their books. We are going to talk about their books. You are going to share some nuggets for us, Sama. So do we have questions from chat? Please share this link. Let other people benefit from this live streaming program because it's about real life issues. Let's talk about it. These are the things that people cover up. Let's be open about it. Let's preach the gospel of godly marriage, godly parenting, and godly legacy. The Lord will help us. Let's know where you are connecting us from. If you're on the live chat, either YouTube or Facebook, we have our daddy and mommy in the house. So, sir, if you have any question on the chat, I will ask you. You know, would you like to share some nuggets from your book, sir? The Marriage Road Bumps. Is there just one or two? I know there are so many lessons in that book. It's an amazing book. Is there one or two things you just want to share? There are 5 books and you still share one or two things from each of the books, but they are life transforming, they are family transforming books. That's why I said the links have been shared if you check the page. So, sir, ma, is the Marriage Road Bumps. What do you mean by that? What? Okay, somebody is asking a question. Before that one, sir, are you saying whenever a marriage is on deception, if the sister decided to quit the marriage, it's not sin? Of course. Okay, let me allow mommy and daddy to answer that. Yes.
You see, the problem, personally, in our opinion, is that there's so many religiosity about marriage, divorce, and all those things. There is a difference between legal divorce. For example, if you've been married and you go to court and you have a child, if you say you're no more in that marriage for whatever reason, the court will see that as divorce. And I think that's it. But if somebody has entered that marriage by deception, there was no marriage. But somebody else may say, but why are you saying? They were married, they have a child or 2 together, they even bought this together. Now, that will be the prerogative of either of them if they can be counseled enough to stay in that marriage. If they're able to be counseled and they say, well, I will stay. I now know whom you are. I now know the other one. We will stay in this marriage together, but let it be that we'll be more transparent. Okay, that's fine. But if the depth of deception is so much that you think you cannot stay in that marriage, if you're a Christian, I will believe you go and pray. If you're a Christian, I believe you will really, really pray. You will not just wake up to say, oh, you've deceived me, that's the end of the marriage. No, you will go and pray and see what God's saying about it. If you know what God is saying, but I can guarantee that if you decide to say, I am not staying in that deception, yes, that will be your prerogative to make that decision.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Let's know where you are connecting us from. We have Fumilola Ajayi joining us. This is really an amazing topic. Please put your questions in the chat. We have Dr. and Mrs. Olawale here with us. Their parents, their grandparents, they are experienced, so they will share their wisdom with us this evening. This is the purpose of the live streaming program tonight. Now, before we get any question from the chat, sir, just one or two things from that book, The Marriage Road Bumps. The Marriage Road Bumps. Can you share one or two nuggets from that book, sir? What do you mean by that? Do we have bumps, road bumps in marriage? What does it mean?
I think even if you marry for 2 days, even for 1 week, you will know there are bumps in marriage. There are bumps in the road. I mean, you don't need to be told. From the first day of finding that the man is snoring, or the first night, to know that he's eating more than you think he can eat, or to eat in a very funny way. You know, there are so many things.
Or to be pressing the toothpaste from the
middle, from the top, whatever one.
Like you discovered that your husband wants to sleep with the light on, and you want to sleep with the light off.
That's the first
minor things could cause issues in marriage.
Yeah. So those are bumps.
Those are what you mean by bumps.
Those are bumps, and of course there will be bumps along the way.
Yeah.
Your spending, how you spend money. The two of you will be different. How you resolve conflict. The two of you will be different. The way you speak, the two of you will be different. One of you will be a quiet person. The other will be one to be talk. You can see I have talked a bit more than my wife. But so she can say, "Oh, you're a very selfish man. You only want to be talking. No. You want everybody to just hear you." That's enough a bump for us to deal with, you know.
So how do you deal with road bumps? These bumps we are talking about, sir.
This is why we must have the true love of God in your heart.
Okay.
How do we deal with the bumps?
Okay, well, Mommy, before you say that, let me read what somebody put in the chat. Mommy Adaramola, thank you for joining us. Is marriage by deception not worse than divorce? Why should the partner stay in a deceptive marriage just to honor the required sanctity of marriage? I think the marriage is non-existent. Thank you very much, ma. We've said it that any marriage conducted on deception is null and void.
That's it.
And it's even no marriage.
That's it.
No marriage.
No marriage at all. So don't let's consider that. Don't let's trap ourselves into bondage. There are some people in the name of Christianity, God hates divorce. The marriage was conducted under deception. So you are permitted to go to free yourself. Don't be held in bondage. This is the truth we are bringing out to share to the public. Don't be there are so many Christians suffering because they don't have the right guidance and counseling. Some people were counseling to anyway. Daddy has said there's no wrong marriage. I don't want to say that, but some people have been guided into forced marriage, wrong marriage, and they are regretting it. So. And God has not put us in bondage. We have liberty in Christ. As children of God, we have liberty. We have liberty. It's just that my people perish because of lack of knowledge.